Good evening and welcome. My name is Scott Hauser. I am the interim director of the Division of Economics and Business. You'll notice on our screen that it says the Department of Economics and Business, and that's on purpose because the few divisions that are left at Mines are being rechristened as departments this summer. So thank you so much for being here. We're very excited to have our inaugural Economics and Business Alumni Chat. And we're very excited joining us to give you a welcome and an overview of what's going on at Mines and how EB fits into the broader vision at Mines is our President, Paul Johnson. So welcome, President Johnson.
Thank you, Scott. And hey, Scott, thank you very much for your leadership of E&B, and because there's a lot of exciting things going on. And in fact, economics and business is playing a very important role in our strategic planning for the university. And I'll get to that in a minute. Some of you are probably interested in a kind of a quick university update and what's happened this year. It's been a year unlike no other, as we all know. But Mines has done really well. We went into the year with the main goal of making sure all of our students in a wide variety range of education modes could continue to advance on their degrees, that the faculty could continue to do their research, and that basically we could keep going. So unlike a lot of other schools that kind of shut down for the year or maybe went entirely remote, we were about 70% with in-person experiences, 75% in the spring. Most schools canceled spring break. We had a real spring break a couple weeks ago. Today is the sort of the first full day of E-Days for our students. So all of you alum probably remember E-Days with great affection. You'll be very happy to know that we are having kind of like a real live in-person E-Days. Mines Activity Council has done a great job putting that together in a way to do safe. There'll be fireworks, cardboard boat races, field day activities, bands, ventriloquists, hypnotists, all sorts of things going on. And, as all of you know, our students work so hard, they really do deserve that. So it's, we're wrapping up the year in about 4 weeks. We will have in-person graduation ceremonies, and then we'll head into summer session with field sessions. And then we're looking forward to next year. As a result of, everybody's contribution this year, from the faculty to the students to alumni who've been very engaged as well this year, we're actually sort of bucking the trend for interest in Mines for next year. A lot of schools are sort of struggling with applications, admissions, and acceptances, and we're actually ahead of the game. And to a large part, I think that's really because of how the campus handled this year. And so we're looking forward to a fully in-person in the fall experience. We're all kind of learning that going back to normal is as much work as moving away from normal was, but we'll be ready, and we are excited about having all those things going on. With respect to economics and business and the role that it plays in the university, some of you have heard me this. I see Paul Dorr is here on this tonight. He had to listen to me for about a half hour today and about 20 minutes yesterday. So he's used to me talking about the wonderful things that economic and business is doing in the strategic plan for the university. There's a few key areas that it's playing a role. One is one of the feedbacks we got about respect to preparation of all the students at Mines is we really need to kind of up the game on their business acumen. And so E&B is playing a big role in figuring out how to do that. The second thing that's a really major key component of the strategic plan, Mines at 150 strategic plan, is the launch of an undergraduate business engineering and management science degree. And I think you'll hear a little bit more about that tonight from the folks who are pulling that together. We're incredibly excited about that. We have actually a lot of strong student interest in it already. People are asking questions, and I think that may turn out to be a real winner for us. The other thing that we're looking at is we've had to kind of look at the makeup of our students and everything, and we wanted to grow educational opportunities for sort of post-bachelor's degree people in, just having a continuing education relationship with our graduates and other professionals. And economics and business is playing a key role in that through the Etm program, through their involvement in a lot of the new certificates and kind of stackable degree components that we're putting together. And I've just been so excited by the way that economics and business have jumped on these opportunities. And again, continuing all of their traditional strengths from mineral economics and the other well-established degree programs, but playing a big role in the things that we need to do from a strategic plan standpoint. And I'm going to be excited to see what happens, because next fall will be the first class for the new undergraduate degree. We've got all sorts of new ways that we're launching and delivering degree programs, and we're seeing great growth in graduate student numbers and people who are just interested in certificates and other sort of stackable credentials. So I just, I want to say thank you to everybody here from economics and business who's on the line, because I know trying to move things forward in the middle of a pandemic while you're trying to manage teaching to students in 3 different modes in a single class and managing things at home as well has been really difficult. But the newly named department has just done a great job, and I think there's a great future ahead building on that great past. So that's my kind of update and welcome. And again, once again, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. And Scott, I'll turn it back over to you. Scott, you might be muted.
Yeah, I've been on Zoom meetings about 30 times today, and you would think I win the who managed to, if you have presenter talks while muted on your Zoom bingo card, I wanted to get that off early. So thanks so much, Paul, for that update about what's going on campus, plus how EB is fitting into the Minds at 150 plan. We're very excited in economics and business to be a part of some big things that are happening in Minds at 150. So I always think about this picture, which comes from the Minds at 150 plan, and any of the alumni who have been to some of the Minds at 150 updates may have seen this. That Minds historically has this great strength in science and engineering and the technical side, and as we think about the future of Minds, it's thinking more about business and finance and economics and operations research and all of those things that come to mind when you think about EB. And then kind of connecting that to the passion that the students have. So when I think of EB as part of the Minds at 150 plan, I think of us right there at the center in that intersection. And it is exciting to be at an intersection of a plan like Minds at 150. Sometimes it's a little daunting to figure out how we're going to manage that. But I certainly appreciate the support that we've received from Paul and from the provost's office and from other elements of campus in moving that forward. And so I want to take a few minutes today to kind of give an overview of what's going on in economics and business, how it connects to things in the Minds at 150 plan, and take some time to hear from each of the degree programs for an update on each of those. And then I think the highlight of the evening is when we get to 4 students who are representing each of our 3 degree programs in a few minutes. As Paul mentioned, kind of, I think one of the things that's received a lot of attention in part of our work in business at Minds as part of the Minds at 150 plan is this new undergraduate degree in business engineering and management science. So what we're trying to do in this degree is to take what we already do really well in the engineering technology management program. We're thinking about business analytics and technology management, and connecting that to other skills that we have on campus and other parts of EB to create a degree that will give students the tools to inform business decisions that are increasingly based on data. And so this degree program is built on the same Minds core as all undergraduate degree programs at Minds, but it's built on two foundations within the degree program. And one has kind of the business principles that you would expect out of a typical undergraduate business program, accounting, corporate finance, strategy, communications. But then it becomes a very special degree when we add the things that we do well at Minds. So another core set of courses on data analytics and operations research, where students will take coursework in optimization modeling from EB, and also applied statistics and data science from computer science, and applied math and stats. So it's a very unique kind of core because it brings those data science, data analytics tools, optimization tools together with the business principles. After the students finish the core, they'll choose two tracks, and our current tracks are things that we're really good at Minds: advanced manufacturing, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. Things that we're really good at in the engineering technology management program: business analytics and technology management. And as we build faculty expertise over the next couple of years, we'll roll out a track in financial engineering. Now, this new degree is not coming out of nowhere. Not only does it build on our expertise from the Etm program, but it's building on more than a decade of expansion of undergraduate business courses. So we have several new courses that we've started recently, plus we've increased the regularity of offering of our existing business classes. And now we typically offer about the same number of business sections in a semester as we do economics sections. So we really have become a program in economics and business. We've expanded the business offerings enough to have a standalone minor in business and entrepreneurship, which is a complement to our still very popular minor in economics. But as Paul said, this isn't just about a few students getting a deep understanding of management science. This isn't just about more students doing a minor in business, or even bigger number of students taking some classes in business principles. The goal in the Minds at 150 plan is for every Minds student to develop some business skills. And the way we see that happening is to integrate business skills into the Minds core curriculum. Fortunately, there's an ongoing effort that we've been really involved in revising the Minds core. And so our goal is to find ways to put business skills into a context where students can use them. For example, 7 or 8 faculty in EB are working in a project funded by the foundation to develop and deliver a set of just-in-time business skills in engineering design course. So we're very excited about that and thinking about how we can reach all Minds students with additional business skills. Now, as Paul said, it's not just undergraduate business, but we're thinking about these post-baccalaureate. And so we have 3 online graduate business certificates that have been approved. We're rolling the first of those out starting in summer, a certificate in product management. It's a 3-course certificate, and it'll start with a course in project management this summer, and then the following 2 courses in the fall. And we're really close to rolling out our business analytics certificate, which we hope to have started in the middle of the fall semester. Once we get those up and running, then we'll introduce the entrepreneurship certificate. And by the time we get these 3 certificates plus a couple of other courses, we really would be close to getting closer and closer online version of the Etm program, if that is something that we find a market for. In addition to these kind of educational opportunities, degree opportunities, we are continuing to be really involved to major Minds initiatives beyond the classroom. So our faculty and students are very involved in the Payne Institute for Public Policy, especially around the area of the global energy future and energy transition. EB is also provided faculty support and has hosted some really innovative courses for the McNeil Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation, and we've been very supportive of that kind of a very successful effort. Minds faculty, students, Minds faculty are also involved in advising PhD students, teaching classes, and doing interdisciplinary research in programs like advanced energy systems, space resources, operations research, and in hydrology. As you would expect, we're also involved a lot beyond the campus. And so our biggest involvement over the last 8 years has been the Critical Minerals Institute. So the Critical Minerals Institute is a federal collaborative research effort funded by the U.S. Department of Energy. And our own Rod Ager is the associate director of CMI, and also has made these huge connections between EB and other parts of the campus to support this. Jared Carbone, for example, is just started a joint appointment with NREL to do some climate modeling. And Professor Ian Lang is in the last month of his 1.5 years the White House Council on Economic Advisors as a senior economist. So we're really excited for Ian to come back and tell us all his war stories. I took over as interim division director in August, and one of the big things that a department head does at Minds is do faculty evaluations. And I love doing faculty evaluations because it forced the faculty to tell me in great detail what they were working on. And so I'm excited to get lots of information on the fantastic research that is going on in EB. And I picked an example for each of our tenure and tenure track faculty members that you can take a look at. But it reminded me that there's so much going on, and we don't celebrate that enough. So I'm hoping that we can have another of these alumni chats in the fall just to focus on research that's going on in EB. Finally, as you remember from your time in EB isn't just the classes, it isn't just the degree programs, it isn't just the research, it is mostly the people. And so I want to thank all of the people in EB. And so our faculty, from our very involved emeriti to our newest professors of practice, I want to thank you for the great work that you do and the support that you've given to us moving forward. And then, as all the faculty know, the faculty don't get anything done without our great staff members. So thanks to Denise Vigil, who joined us a little bit over a year ago, right before the pandemic shut everything down. Thanks to Denise. And as most of you know, Kathleen Martin continues to be the heart and soul of the program. And so to make sure we thanked her. As you can tell, I'm very excited about what's going on in EB, and I can talk about what's going on in EB for a lot longer, and some of you have had to listen to me talk a lot longer about EB. But I did want to hear make sure you heard from some other folks. So the next part of the program, we're going to spend just a few minutes with an update on each of the degree programs. So we're going to take them in order of their establishment, mineral and energy economics, then the undergraduate economics program, and then ETM. So if each of you will just introduce the next person, and I'll start off by introducing Jared Carbone, who's going to talk to us about the mineral and energy economics program.
Okay, thanks a lot, Scott. I've been director of the Mineral and Energy Economics program for a little over 1.5 years, and I took over from Ian Lang, my colleague, while he was at the White House Council of Economic Advisors. So I'm going to invite him to the Q&A to address your questions on the program as well. Next slide. So I hope we know that a lot of our alums connect with EV through the mineral economics program, now mineral and energy economics. So we hope you recognize the program that you know and love, as well as some new ideas that are going to help us thrive going into the future. So we actually have 4 distinct degree programs within MEE. The Professional Master's program in Mineral Energy Economics, which has about 40 students in a typical year. We also have a longstanding relationship with the French Petroleum Institute in a dual degree program where students spend about half their time at mines and half the time in Paris. We have our PhD program, which has about 10 students enrolled at any point in time. Those folks obviously are focused on doing higher level research, going into academia, government and national lab analyst positions. And then a new program, new certificate as part of the initiative that Paul Johnson mentioned, is our resource commodity analytics certificate that's focused at targeting working professionals, and that allows them to get the certificate with completion of 4 courses kind of on their own time. Next slide, please. So as I said, the professional master's program is really focused on developing analysts and business skills for positions in the mineral and energy industries, while the PhD program is focused on the people who are going to inform the frontier of research and policy in natural resource economics. There's a number of things that we do as part of the program that we think really nurtures these skills. One's a focus on quantitative skills, more than you would get in a sort of generic economics graduate program. We provide a lot of institutional, theoretical, and empirical context for the major mineral and energy markets that a lot of our graduates are working as part of or studying, and connecting with our alumni network, with all you folks, and bringing them back in contact with our students and keeping a close connection with what's going on in industry is a really critical part of that. Next slide, please. These are just some of our recent graduates, and I just wanted to highlight them as the sort of the ways that we engage our alums and the types of things we do with our students. Layla up on the top left there was in the IFP program, and she came back and did an awesome keynote address to our students at the beginning of the fall semester this past year on energy data analytics. TC down on the bottom left was in our PhD program and is now in the Ministry of Finance in Tanzania, and also participated in a really excellent internship program that we have with the National Renewable Energy Lab that Scott mentioned before. And David on the right there came back, and he's working at the Kansas City Fed, came back to talk to the students about his research. Next slide, please. So, our students are sort of evenly split between coming out of undergraduate. Some have been working for a while, oftentimes on the technical side of industry, and they want to switch to economics or finance. And some are just trying to get training or certification that'll help them advance in their current jobs. Next slide. The students, when they graduate, they refer to themselves as economists, typically some kind of analyst position in our different key industries. Next slide. We have essentially like 100% employment in our graduates upon graduation in the fields that they're interested in. And they're doing lots of really cool stuff. Next slide. We think the really key things about why the program works well is, in contrast to a lot of economics programs, there's a really tight focus on natural resource issues. Our relationship with industry and alumni We bring a lot of alumni back into the seminar series, as I mentioned, and that's a great way to connect people. We also have a number of existing and new fellowships that really help support the students, and we're grateful to the alumni for their contribution there. And the faculty are really, we're not ivory tower folks. We're really engaged in the applied energy and minerals policy and industry issues that are relevant to our students. And just on the last slide, here's the key folks in the ME program and their areas of interest and affiliations. Thanks very much. And I think Becky LaFrancois is going to talk about the undergraduate program now.
All right, thank you, Jared. My name is Becky LaFrancois. I see some familiar names on our list, so thanks to everyone for joining us. I took over as undergraduate program director in the fall when Scott stepped into the interim division director role. So I'm been spending the COVID year learning the ropes and all of the fun things that Scott has to manage in terms of signing lots of forms and answering lots of questions and attending lots of meetings, but I'm enjoying myself, and hopefully we'll get to spend this upcoming year focusing a lot more on some of the programmatic issues that we have for our undergraduate economics degree. You can move to the next slide, please. So I didn't want to keep saying that over and over again, so I only made one slide for us tonight. So we, Scott already talked a little bit about our new undergraduate degree program in business engineering and management science. And our other kind of undergraduate degree program that we're known for is our Bachelor of Science in Economics. We're actually celebrating our 25th anniversary this year. However, the big parties are going to be put off until probably next year when we can all gather together in bigger groups than we can now. So I'd like to say we're a small but mighty program creating lots of, or not lots of, but hell of economists out there. So every time the Minds Fight song comes on, we replace hell of a, I guess there's more hell of us now, engineers with economists. And so we currently have about 22 declared majors, and I just spoke with the admissions office this week, and they said there's at least 11 students who will be coming in declared as econ major. So that is growing our enrollment by a third in just a few months. So that's really exciting to see. So our students in the economics degree program are a blend of students who come to Minds to study economics, and then a group of people who find themselves interested in economics along the way. So we're about a third of students who come here to study econ, another third who find us along the way, and then another group who are double majors. So we have dual degree students in all sorts of areas, including chemical engineering, computer science, and petroleum are some of our recent double degree students. So the undergrad degree at Minds offers a pretty unique Minds flavor. It's a degree that's a little bit more technical and tools-based than you probably find at other more traditional undergraduate economics programs. So our students take a core that's a mix of traditional classes that you would see in any econ degree. So things like microeconomics, macroeconomics, econometrics, but then we also offer a number of tools-based courses like business analytics and engineering economics, in which our students really learn the tools of project evaluation, optimization, and working with big data to solve real-world problems. So in many undergraduate economics degree programs, students don't really get those tools that are necessarily applicable to real-world problem solving. Our elective courses that our students take are really flexible. They allow our students to design a degree that can get them where they want to go. So one example is students can take a pretty Minds flavored econ program where they take a number of policy focused classes in the areas of energy and environment, or study things like the economics of technology. another track that our students can take is really to focus on business. And so even within our economics degree, we have a fair number of students who are studying finance, accounting, supply chain management, project management. And so they graduate with a degree in economics, but with a lot of business classes already under their belt. And then our program's pretty flexible, so students can blend the classes that they feel are going to be the best for them. Another big component of our undergraduate economics program is our field session. So all of our students go on field session, which over the last several years has consisted of site visits to places where many of our alumni work. So we've visited places like Xcel Energy, CoBank, S&P Global, Newmont, Lockheed. And as I'm scrolling down the list, I see a few alums who we've visited with over the year. I see Lisa is out there. So she works for the city of Denver, city and county of Denver. So we've gone to visit her a few times over the years. In addition to doing these site visits, we've had our some of the companies that we visit provide projects for the students to work on. So students have worked on projects like credit analysis, and with Lisa, they helped develop a dashboard of economic indicators for Denver. So if you're interested in getting more involved in the department, shoot me an email and let me know of your interest. We're trying to put together our field session for this summer, and we're always looking for alums to come back and talk about the exciting things that they're working on with our students. Outside of the classroom, there's a few interesting things going on right now. We've received some funding from the foundation to help develop a Mines Money Center. So we're calling it Money Matters at Mines, which will provide a focus on personal finance education. Will be self-guided modules that students, faculty, and probably alumni will have access to. So if that's something of interest, keep your eyes posted for that. And then a number of our students are engaged in undergraduate research, either by working with some of our tenure track faculty or working with the Payne Center. So that is a pretty quick summary of some of the things that are going on with undergraduate econ. And so I will turn it over to Michael Healy, who will talk about ETM.
Thank you, Becky. I'm delighted to have this opportunity this evening to give you a brief update about the ETM program. Next slide, please, Scott. And I'm really happy to report that the demand for the ETM degree continues to be strong. In fact, in the fall, we had one of our largest entering classes and currently have 68 students pursuing the degree from a variety of backgrounds, with primarily mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, and petroleum engineering be most of the entering undergraduate majors. The ETM degree continues to be very popular with Mines undergraduates who are looking to complement their strong technical skills with quantitative business training and choose to stay on an extra year to complete their ETM master's degree. And you'll shortly be hearing from a couple of representatives from our current class and soon to be alumni joining you guys, Christy Cameron and Amanda Field. So I just want to thank them in advance. For those of you who are ETM alumni, you may recall from your times as an ETM student that a hallmark of the program is the co-curricular and cohort building activities and workshops. Unfortunately, due to COVID restrictions, we were unable to hold the leadership and team building ropes course last fall. However, Kristen Swisher, who some of you may remember, figured out how to hold the communications workshop via Zoom, which went very well, as you would expect from Swish. And in the last few years, we've also been lucky to have Kristen teach some additional workshops on interviewing, networking, and how to build your digital brand, all things which are becoming increasingly important and help our ETM students develop and enhance their professional skills. This semester, well, we would typically host an executive in resident. Unfortunately, again, due to COVID, we were unable to bring anybody to campus. So we took the opportunity to have a series of executive seminars focused around leadership and heard insights and viewpoints from a number of senior executives. We first heard from John Bedker, who shared his leadership perspectives from his 30+ years of command experience in the US Navy. We then heard from Jesus Salazar, who was a graduate actually from the inaugural ETM class. He started in 2001. He's now CEO of Persono and is actually the incoming chair of the Minds Board of Trustees. And I should probably share, as President Johnson is listening, that Jesus said if there's any funding problems, talk to him. We also had a very, very interactive seminar with Dan Caruso, who was founder and former CEO of Zayo until they recently exited, and is currently executive chairman and interim CEO of Cold Quanta, which is actually an innovative startup looking to bring cold fusion technology to market. And finally, we heard from Alan Balaga, who held a number of senior executive positions at Accenture. I would like to end my update by just saying that I hope as the COVID restrictions ease, we'll be able to welcome our ETM alumni to campus, as I know current students always appreciate the opportunity to interact and hear from alumni. And if any of you are interested in mentoring ETM students as they progress through the program and start their careers, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks. Back to you, Scott.
Thank you to the three of you. I so appreciate your work and your leadership in the MEE, the undergraduate program, and ETM. We're going to have some time at the end of the meeting. If you have questions, you can certainly start putting those in the chat or the Q&A feature in the webinar. Questions for any of us about any of the programs or anything that you are interested in. I think I've been so looking forward to this. This is the highlight of the evening for me, is to hear from these students. We so appreciate their time, and we're going to start with Emilio Castillo. Emilio is a PhD student in the Mineral and Energy Economics program.
Thank you, Scott. So I hope that you can all hear me well. As Scott was saying, my name is Amir Castillo. I'm a PhD student in the Mineral and Energy Economics program, but almost on my way to graduation as of May 2021. So next month should be my graduation date. So just to give you a brief of my background, I also see a few names on the list of participants, like people that I know. So I'm glad to see. I'm glad that you guys are doing well. So I have an undergrad degree in mining engineering from the University of Chile. I'm from Chile, and I started studying the PhD program in fall 2017. So actually, it was kind of it wasn't like a hard decision about going to mines. I think that it was like I always thought about going to mines, given my background and given that I was interested in. But I started working in the government as a researcher and a policy advisor for the mining ministry here in Chile. And as I was doing that, I decided that I wanted to go further with my academic and professional career, but I wasn't sure about doing a master's or a PhD. So I ended up in the PhD program. I think that it was like pretty much the right decision after looking back like those 4 years. So I get into the mine, so I started taking classes and the whole courses, doing research. I work in the Critical Materials Institute as well. So it was really really great experience for me doing all these activities, doing research and all the classes, all the background that I had from the economics department. And also I recently defended my thesis on December 2020. So that's what I say. I was expecting to actually attend to the graduation ceremony, but now I'm in Chile, so all the flights has been pretty much canceled, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to be there next month. But I was looking forward to be there. And actually, when we decided to came back to Chile after defending my thesis, and well, I came back to work in the government, and I was pretty much given a lot of flexibility and freedom of the research that I wanted to do or the things that I wanted to study. But it didn't last much because I was offered a faculty position at the University of Chile. So I'm expecting to work on that starting as of July 1st. So I'm pretty much like now that I'm looking back, my decision about doing a PhD and the thing that I wanted to do, I think that it was a great decision to do the PhD program here at Mainz. And actually, well, I'm going to be working in the mine engineering department, so they were looking for a mineral economist. And I'm pretty sure that the whole background, not only like the coursework that I took at Mainz, but also all the people, given that you have a lot of people coming from all over the world, like from all continents, everybody's interested in like energy, resources, the environment. And when you put that people together with that focus and with that sort of like interest, it creates a great environment, a great network of people that you can know, and a lot of things that you can learn. So, and this, of course, this is under the whole umbrella of the entire university, that you have people from all over the department. You have people from the mining engineering, the geological, from even for the policy perspective, and you have in the humanities department. So I'm pretty happy from all the things that I learned, and for the way that Mainz, or the things that I studied there, have helped me to build a path forward. Now that even I wasn't sure at the beginning, but now taking this academic track, I think that it would be great to be in touch with everybody from Mainz, given what I'm going to be doing there. So thank you.
Thanks so much, Emilio. I miss seeing you around the building, and wish you all the best. And it's just such great to have another connection with Chile for EB and for mine. So thanks so much, and wish you all the best. Our undergraduate student is, of course, sacrificing whatever the first E-Days event is to be here with us today. I was talking to Marie earlier today and asking her if bad weather during E-Days is a norm or not, and she thought it was pretty constant. So I appreciate that Marie's here to talk about her experience in the undergraduate econ program. Marie?
Thank you, Dr. Hauser. Yes, my name is Marie Sullivan. I am a senior in the economics program. I'm graduating next month. I wound up at Mainz not really knowing what I was going to do. I was kind of expected to come here. I'm the 11th person in my family to go to Mainz. I wasn't going to apply anywhere else, but I am not an engineer. I didn't really know what to do, but I found the economics department. It let me tailor my interests. I have managed to take courses mostly revolving around natural resources, water, and the environment mostly, which I hope to go into. I'm continuing at Mainz next year for a master's in natural resources and energy policy. The economics program has really helped me get to this. I got to take some fantastic classes like environmental economics, environmental and energy policy. It showed me that policy was interesting. I've also taken a couple of the mineral and energy economics classes while I've been here. I took natural resource economy and water economics, and it tempted me to continue my master's in economics, but I decided it would be better to kind of spread my wings, go somewhere else. But it's been a great experience. I've met some incredible professors that I hope to stay in contact with after I graduate. And I'm glad in the end that I chose Mainz. I was very skeptical my first year here.
And that's an enormous amount of pressure to be the 11th person and the first in your generation not to go to Mainz. That you didn't really have a choice, did you? Well, thanks, Marie. And then we have dual representation from the ETM program. Amanda Field and Christy Cameron are gonna do a tag team, for what I understand. So you both get to go at the same time. So Amanda and Christy.
Awesome. Hi. Yeah. So I'll start us off. Hi, everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Amanda Fields, and I'll be graduating this May with my master's in engineering and technology management. I graduated last May, the COVID graduation, with my bachelor's from Mainz in mechanical engineering, and I continued on to do the 4+1 degree program option. Through my experience in various internships I decided that I wanted to complement my engineering foundation with the business skills to carry my career further in the long run. What I didn't expect was how much I'd be actively using my ETM degree while still in the program. Since last August, I've been working at Ball Aerospace to help formulate and develop their digital transformation strategy across the company. I've been able to leverage the analytics, strategic decision-making, and project management courses I've taken to ensure a successful plan development and rollout for our company. Additionally, I've recently started a company this January of this year, actually, with a fellow ETM student focused on empowering and inspiring women in STEM. Without our experience in the ETM program, we wouldn't have had the confidence and the knowledge to launch into this entrepreneurial effort, let alone make it successful. Following graduation from the ETM program in May, I'm really excited to be joining the aerospace and defense industry in the Future Technical Leaders rotational program at Northrop Grumman. The process to apply and interview for a position in the FTL program was fierce, as they only recruit from the top 10 colleges across the country, and mine was previously not considered one of them. But my ETM degree proved incredibly useful for me yet again. I was able to stand out amongst hundreds of master's and PhD students from all across the country in interviews, largely because of my ability to not only understand the technical engineering and science fields, but also be able to communicate business needs and strategies to vice presidents at the company level. I'm thrilled to now be the first Mines graduate both interviewed and accepted into the program, and to have added Mines to the short list of universities that the FTL program will now be recruiting from. Leaving Mines, I have no doubt that the combination of my engineering and business degrees have prepared me very well for entering the workforce. And I'm so excited to remain an active alumni and support future students in any way I can. I will now hand it over to Christy to share about her ETM experience.
Thank you, Amanda. And if any of you guys haven't seen Amanda's shirts, they're pretty awesome. So I'm just going to throw that out there for her since she didn't want to give herself the compliment. But anyway, my name is Christy Cameron, and I am a first-year graduate student in the ETM program. I graduated with my bachelor's in petroleum engineering last May, and I've always been passionate about business, so I decided to continue my education through this program. I currently live in Meeker, Colorado, which is in the northwestern corner, a very small town, and I am working as an assistant project manager for a general contractor and as a research assistant for the fiber optic research program at Mines. The ETM program has allowed me to expand into new industries and job positions, which is how I landed my current job as the assistant project manager. Additionally, I am continuing to interview and consider different offers after I graduate, and I'm searching for a career that aligns with my passions for oil and gas and business. Overall, I have really enjoyed this program. It is very practical, and all the concepts we have learned, I've been able to apply in my current roles. The classes I've taken to get my product management certification, I have been able to use to tackle real-world issues that affect the community I currently live in. Wolves are going to be reintroduced to the Western Slope in 3 years, specifically in the region I'm living in, which presents a super difficult problem for the ranchers and outfitters that work here. Through the classes in this program, I've been able to research and present solutions to board members of the Colorado Cattlemen's Association. And additionally, the research my team and I have conducted is being taken to committees designing the wolf management program for Colorado. So we hope that our research will create a plan that lessens those tensions between wolves and ranchers and creates a lasting coexistence. It has been insanely motivating and inspiring to see this wolf problem turn into a potential solution and opportunity for this community. And it would not have been possible for me to contribute to solving this issue without some of the classes in the ETM program. I am very excited to see what other students do. I'm already excited to see how Amanda has used this degree without even graduating yet. And thank you all for your time. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you so much to all four of you. You were great, very articulate, and we're so proud of you and the work that you've done, and especially excited to see the work that you're going to do. Amanda, I'm still waiting to see the Empowering Economist T-shirt. We need to put a request in for that, so you and Marie can figure that one out. So thank you very, very much. And as long as we can get a hell of an economist in there somewhere, then we'll be okay. Trademark. So thank you, and hopefully, if there are questions for the students, you can also put those in the Q&A. So thank you so much, all of the panelists, Jared and Becky and Michael, Emilio and Amanda and Christy and Marie. Thank you so much for your time. And I think the next part of the event is question. I'm not sure exactly why my email is on there. If you want to email me a question, please do. But you can also ask questions right now. So if you use the question function or the chat function, either of them work. Kevin Raber, Kevin, great to hear from you. Kevin was our outstanding undergraduate graduate a few years ago, and asks about the collaboration with other departments in Mines for the analytics courses. And as part of the new undergraduate program, I can answer that. We specifically and intentionally partnered with computer science, with applied math and statistics for those analytics courses. So one of the tracks in artificial intelligence and machine learning is just a suite of classes that comes from computer science. All of the students in that program will be required to take a programming class. They'll be required to take the intro to data science, along with some applied stats and linear algebra from math. So we worked really hard to make that make that collaboration. In terms of the certificates, the courses in the business analytics certificate are an option in the master's degree in data science. So the data science master's program has courses from computer science, applied math and statistics, and then students choose a 3-course concentration. It could be in petroleum data analytics, geophysics analytics, business analytics is one of those options. So Kevin, we are working really hard with that. Kevin was a dual degree student in computer science, if I remember right. And so, so thanks, Kevin. So Kevin's observing that our new business engineering and management science degree was pretty close to something that required both an economics degree and a computer science degree for him to get as an undergraduate. So thanks, Kevin. Denise, apparently somebody had a question they wanted to pose verbally.
No, I don't have anything. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So this sounds like the Zoom version of my classes. Marie's in class with me this semester, and I wish I could see all of your blank faces out there. So I'd feel like I was back in class this morning. President Johnson did talk a little bit about the challenges that we've had in the era of COVID. And somebody asked me about this. When we went from face-to-face classes to remote classes in the spring, that was one kind of big transition. And then when we came back in the fall, we had a mix of students who were face-to-face with us in the classroom. I love that. I had 25 students in the classroom, but I had 15 students who would Zoom in. Christy, you're in from Meeker, so you're one of those students, and it's been a challenge both for the faculty to figure out how to deliver face-to-face while delivering a remote class, while delivering a partially online class. But I think it's been a bigger challenge for the students. For me in the classroom, I have the option to forget about my remote students every once in a while. The remote students are don't have that option. So I so appreciate the commitment that students like Christy have had to have to be able to do their classes remotely from other places, and appreciate again the work the faculty has done. So another question, about, working with, we're continuing to work with the Career Center and other folks to create connections with employers. As many of you know, as alumni, the Career Day is not always served economics and business students as well as it has other programs. And so we're constantly working on that. So Kevin, I appreciate your concern about that, and any of you who are recruiters or who are working with or can send the folks from the recruiting parts of companies to talk with us to find better ways to recruit our students. We would really appreciate that. We have done as much as we can, and always feel like we need to do more. We have allocated some time and from one of our faculty to work on kind of career coaching and outreach to employers. So hopefully we'll make progress on those things. Always a challenge. And as we get now, a new undergraduate business degree program, hopefully that'll bring more attention to the business part of our graduates, and hopefully it'll have some positive spillover effects on the ETM students. Awesome. So I'm not seeing any more questions. Happy to answer any questions that come up. Just a couple of last housekeeping things. I love that people are saying hello to each other on the chat. That's great. So thank you so much. We're looking forward in the fall to getting everybody back out on the front steps for a barbecue and a picture, and appreciate all that you've done. What we and by the way, in contrast, that was last fall's EB picture, and this is this fall's EB picture. So hopefully we'll get back to normal. Like I said, we're going to try to do another alumni chat in the fall that's focused on EB research. And so hopefully in the fall we can do a session around research, and in the spring do more of an update like this. You will, the participants will receive a follow-up survey. We're going to try to do some assessment to make this, see what was useful and interesting, and what you would like to see, but we'd also like to see how you might like to be involved. We're not asking you for money. We're not going to put you on another mailing list, but we are trying to do a better job of engaging our fantastic alumni. So many of you have come in to talk in classes, or have hosted us for field session, or have been in the seminar series. But if there's other ways that you have ideas about how you would like to be involved in our degree programs, in our extracurricular activities, be involved in mentoring students, we would appreciate that. Feel free to contact any of us. We're easy to find on the web, and if you have follow-up with the students, we'll be looking forward to that. This picture is our framed picture on the wall with all the other pictures on the front steps. So never fear, we did manage to do a picture this year. So again, thank you so much. Thanks to those of you who came to join us in our inaugural alumni chat. And we look forward to hearing your feedback. Thanks to all the panelists. A special thanks to the students. I know you taken a little time out of your busy schedules, and appreciate so much you coming to spend some time with us. And thanks to President Johnson. And with that, I'll say goodnight. Thank you.